Good morning and welcome to the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Rotimi Tara and it's such a pleasure to be here. Today, we're going to be having a great time today on the show, and we are streaming from Lagos, Nigeria to West Africa, to Africa and the entire world. It's such a pleasure to be here once again. The Good Morning Education Show is always streaming from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. West African time, and on Saturday and Sunday we have the weekend special, and we start our weekend special, and that's 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Saturday, and of course on Sundays 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's always a great time to have conversations within issues and around the world of education. We sometimes also welcome your contributions. We would like you to tell us your name, location that you're streaming from, and do not hesitate to ask questions as well. We have guest analysts who will be sharing their views on the subject matter of discussion, and that makes the broad perspective for you and I. So we learn a lot and we gain a lot. And today will be an exception. We're going to be having already on standby. We have one of our guest analysts on the show waiting to join us. We're going to start with the headline reviews and move over quickly to the subject matter of the day. Today's show is going to be very fast tracked, as I believe, and we hope you're going to have a great time with us on the show today. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Good Morning Education Show, and I'm bringing up Light. Good morning, Light. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Rotimi. Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to the Good Morning Education Show. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you, and I love the fact that you're imbibing the smile and the energy, because I was planning to already tell you to say good morning, everyone.
There's no need for that. I'm actually happy this morning. Good morning. It's a pleasant morning. So, and again, it's a day to Friday. So, what do you think?
Okay, so we're starting with the headline. And this headline is kind of an interesting one and it's close to home. So we're going to be talking about um, some people who became top finalists for inaugural Africa Education Medal. I'm sure you know Folawe Omikule. Folawe Omikule is a close friend of the house, and this is a big congratulation to her, thanking God on her behalf, and of course appreciating the wonderful strides that she's been making and our team at the Teach for Nigeria group, and so many people are blazing the trail in education in Africa. Do you want to say something about this?
Well, this is a good news, a very good one. I think this week has been good news from Monday, remembering to be Muslims victory, like alone at the sport, and hearing this regarding education too is a good one. So that just shows us that good things are still happening. And congratulations again, once again, sir.
Yes. We have also Jide Martin, founder and CEO of Comic Republic, Africa's largest publisher of independent comic books, and the continent's first digital comic book company. These are part of the finalists, for that, and I think that's a good one. We would like to say congratulations to them on behalf of the Good Morning Education Show. And we have someone joining us. We have Uju. Uju, good morning. Welcome to the show. And thank you for joining. Troy is joining all the way from Lagos anyway. Okay, yes, Uju. Thank you for joining. So, like, say hello to Uju so we can smile.
Hi, Jude. Thanks so much for joining us. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
All right. Fantastic. So, we're going to ask you this time around. And an interesting one, I must say, is the headline that has to do with ASU's intentions. Make sure you don't laugh when I read out this headline. Do you promise you won't laugh?
I won't.
So ASU seeks bill to regulate foreign education for public officers, their children.
Like, okay, I promise I won't laugh. I'm not laughing. But this is
You said?
ridiculous. I said I promise I won't laugh, so I'm not laughing. But this is not funny.
But let's hear your thoughts and your views on this.
Six bill to regulate foreign education. I don't know. I think what we should be facing at this point in time is how to find a lasting solution to the strike that is happening at this point, and not this. Yeah, it does not going to. This is not the solution to the problem at hand now, because as much as possible. First of all, remember we talked about it on the show earlier this week when we talked about the fact that we are losing a lot of money. We about $376 million is going to foreign education, and this is not the way to go. So we talked about making sure that we increase the value of education here so that it makes people want to stay and give them a reason to school year and bring a lasting solution to the strike, because the strike is one thing that is really making everybody, because they have the money to go out to go to foreign universities. If you're saying that I come in for a course of 4 years, and the 4 years is 4 years at least, that is a good way to start. But right now, we're not even assured. A lot of the children have been at home for close to 6 months, and that is already affecting the calendar already. So even a course of 5 years now has an extra year automatically added to it. This is not the solution. I don't think this is going to help at all.
All right, thank you for that. There's another one. There's another one that says ASU seeks ASU seeks bill to regulate. Oh no, no, that's done already.
We have talked about
This
that.
one,
Well,
24 hours short Abuja Unity schools. So Abuja Unity schools have been shut down. Top government order closure private schools as
yeah, I think that was really needed because of the security. Um, we can't really assure, we are not really sure, and the government also cannot assure the students of their safety. And that is a measure that just needed to be taken so that the children are safe, at least at home, knowing that the target area for like for the whole insecurity actions were on schools. You understand? It's a sad situation though, but at this point, I guess there is nothing we can do about it. And Abuja just has to take that route to make sure that the children are safe and lives are kept to avoid issues of insecurity happening and death everywhere. I guess it's the way to go. Just hoping that um, the what can I say, for education's sake, the hybrid version, or what can I say, is maximized. Students still can be at their homes and learn. That is one thing that we need to work on at this point in time as a nation. So I think you're muted.
well. So I said there's a headline I want us to look at, and
Okay.
that is the headline that speaks about the Kaduna governor says ASU strike. I will sack all Kaduna lecturers. El Rufai vows. You know, Governor Christ has threatened to sack all the Kaduna State University lecturers if they continue to observe the ASU strike.
Well, Well, okay, so looking at that, sacking the lecturers, like I said, I think we just need to look for a lasting solution, which, first of all, should be increasing the value of education, increasing the quality of education here in our country, and also making sure, because the reason why they are going on strike is because they've been made promises that have not been kept. So the government should keep the promise and give them what they want so that everybody can go back to school. Because I'm very sure that if their demands are met, I'm very sure that they would be able to go back and this strike is going to end. So sacking the lecturers is not really a problem, although even if you sack the lecturers, you're going to still get people that can replace, but that is not the solution at this point. So I think we need to just find a lasting solution to this problem so that it does not even come up again because we keep on having the strike consistently. When I was in school, there was strike almost 2 times, and even when my siblings went to school, there was strike also. And right now in the new generation, there's also strike. We just hope what let's us just find a solution so that even in upcoming years, this strike is not going to repeat itself. That should be the way out, and not taking this sacking lecture. But I don't think that's the solution at this point in time. I don't think that's the lasting solution, personally.
All right, thank you so much. I love the information, and the truth of the matter is, it's for me not a demonstration of courage. You know, when we really look at things from this perspective, we realize that ability to show that you don't take nonsense is not what you put ahead when system failure is there, where there's no show of empathy, there's no demonstration, of pushing things forward. There are many things that there's no state governor that can totally beat their chest and exonerate themselves from anything or absolve themselves from anything. Yes, the strike might be protracted. You might use the script of, well, the children are just there at home and all that. But the truth is, we all know sometimes behind the setting up of state universities or setting up of some universities, we know some of the agenda behind these things. And I just feel sad that a lot of people are loyal to their political agenda at the expense of national development, state development, and they think they are trying to say, sometimes you hear things like, we don't have money. Why would you not have money? The reason you don't have money is because you don't have a vibrant education system, you know. So that's very important for people to recognize. There must be a way where we are able to say that all these things are fixed pretty much. Anyway, let's not spend too much on that. We have a very short time, like I said, on the show today. And so we'd like to welcome those who are just joining us. If you're just connecting with us, this is the Good Morning Education Show. We'd like to welcome Maya Day and also welcome Ruth to the show. Thank you all for joining. We are talking today about making bad times great for you. What did you think about when you saw that topic?
Well, so I immediately I saw that topic. What came to my mind is the ASU strike already. So at this point, the students
Please,
are at
please,
home.
please, so today.
No, sincerely, that's what came to my mind though. So how can they really maximize this period and make it good for them at this point in time? But it's a wonderful topic and it's something that everybody needs to be part of, making bad times great for you. Because we all go through bad times one way or the other at one period of our lives or the other.
Yeah, I love the fact that people need to realize that when we say bad times do not necessarily mean you're a bad person. Bad times are part of seasons of life. So there are good times, there are bad times, there are nice times, there are not so nice times, right? But very important to note is this, that when we look at the topic, there is a significant word that we must not miss out on, and it's the word making. You see, it just tells us the power of choice, that wherever you find yourself, whatever you find yourself in, there's an element and a variable that can turn things to your favor, or even when you don't want to use the word favor, that can make things turn out to a desired outcome. And that's the word making. A lot of us have been living our lives sometimes with the word seeing, with the word realizing. We are a bit little in strength in the word making. People who do things in life, people who get a lot of things in life, embrace that word without shame, because a lot of times what it tells you is that you have positioned yourself to have the capacity to make things. And to make things means that you've assumed the capacity of being a creator. You've assumed the capacity of being one who is able to, trigger things to happen. And bad times exist for everyone. The professionals, the entrepreneurs, they experience bad time. Bad time can just be a state and a situation where you happen to have unfavorable circumstances. Bad times can mean that you're having tough times. Bad times can mean that your challenges are outweighing your strength. Bad times can mean that you needed support, but it seems scarce to find. Bad times can mean there are so many obstacles along your way, and with the obstacles you're having oppression. With the oppression you're having so many disappointments. But the truth of the matter is, we need to zone in on the word making. I want to bring that question to you. Light, how can you define making, and how should everyone, begin to work towards making bad times? Because the list is endless. You don't even need to look too far to see things that are bad. Light, are you there? Hello, Light? Oh, there. So seem to be having network challenges. So while we wait for Light to connect with us, so we're talking about making back times great for you, and this is a Good Morning Education Show. We have a fast track show today, and we started with the headlines, and now we're here. And so, like I said earlier in the introduction, making bad times great for you, it presupposes the fact that you have the capacity, you know, to you have the capacity to make bad times, to do something with making, and anyone who is slow or low on making might not be able to maximize things, probably might not even be able to maximize the times that are good. Light, let's hear from you.
Okay, so yes, a lot of times, a lot of situations happen to different people, and truly, bad times actually bring the potentials that you have in you and makes you understand the strength that you don't even think were there before. Because I can imagine myself, for example, let me just take it from the educator's point of view, as I do always. You can imagine coming into the class as a new teacher. Trust me, my first time as a teacher, you think you just come to class to teach stuff. It's not that easy. So at that particular point in time, you are facing a lot of challenges, and you're wondering that how do I go about it and all. But bad times actually just like gold, you understand? So it refines you because it comes in stages and it develops you just like the butterfly. So but you go through some tough times so that at the end of the day you come out and you blossom. So it's really what you I really like this topic because you say making. So you're telling yourself that you have to create something good for yourself out of every bad situation because bad situations happen to everybody. It happens to both the rich, both the poor, in every sector of life. Everybody has their share of bad times. Everybody has their share of bad beginnings. Everybody has their share of bad situations. But right now, you have to create something, and that is something that has to be intentional. That is something that you have to tell yourself that, okay, I can do this. Okay, this is not going to pull me down. This is not going to make me put my back on the ground. I can stand up once again and do something for myself and make something better, create something better out of this. And that goes with intentionality. And also, that goes with you seeing something good out of every bad situation. It may not really be easy, sincerely, because it's easier said than done. When it comes to action, you have to just motivate yourself as much as possible to see something good out of every bad situation. And that reminds me, I want to even use an analogy. Remember, you can imagine people that make a lot of things now with tires and make chairs, something beautiful out of tires, make something beautiful out of things that we count as nothing, like recycle materials. In personally, you when you see a recycle material like bottles in the bin, you don't see something good out of that. You're like, this is trash. But people make business out of it by taking that can and making something beautiful out of it, making something that you come and they call it an artwork. So that is just the way life works too. You bad times are like things that make you just like in a trash or in a place where you can never find your way around. But creating something beautiful takes, first of all, to see that this can be beautiful, then also be intentional about it and take every step to make sure you create something good for yourself that you're going to be happy and proud of at the end of the day. That is just my own, that is what I think about making bad times good for you. So intentionality first, like I said, seeing that this can be beautiful at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. And while you were talking, we have ambassador from the UAE. Um, yes, so we have Ifyok Ike. Ifyok, welcome to the show.
Good
Welcome, Ma.
morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So we're talking about making bad times great for you. And I really want to say this because, Light was trying to make people understand that, yes, it starts with how you think. Um, a lot of people don't understand that their interpretation of life's events can either further make things, worse. So it's already bad. But then if your interpretation or your perspective to the things that have happened are also not in a good way, you will feel the weight of that bad time more than another one who probably has a different perspective. So we're not saying that you are denying that things have happened, but we are also talking about our perspective, and which means that if someone was to ask what should be done, I think number one, for bad times, we need to actually ask ourselves that what is our kind of interpretation? We need to know for making bad times great for us, we need to have the right kind of intention. Because once the interpretation is right, just like Light said, then we must have intentions because it's only intentions that become a seed for action. So we have the right intention. Look, I'm going through a bad time, but my intention is that I don't just want to feel it, I want to face it. You understand? So many people feel the bad time, not many people face the bad time. So there's that intention after the interpretation. But then with the intention, we must have the intuition. So there must be that intuition because most of the time, within the bad times lies a solution. Within the bad times lies an insight. And that's why we begin to pick it. The intuition that we have becomes a seed for innovation. We now begin to innovate and say, if life throws you lemon, like they normally say, can you turn it into lemonade? Although lemonade doesn't sell in Nigeria. So I'd rather say, if life throws you hibiscusly, can you turn it into Zobo? So let's hear your thoughts, if you're, as someone who is in the abroad, you know, can you tell us how do we make bad times great for ourselves, especially educators?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rotimi, and thanks, Light, for the insights. I was actually online on the other end, on and off, and then I decided to come on. I think for me, one of the things I look at when I face challenging situations is to focus on what I can control, because there are things that are within your control, there are things that are within your power, and those are the things you can work on. Things, both on the physical level, emotional level, and otherwise. There are other things that you cannot control. Some situations are just beyond your control. And if you focus on the things you cannot control, it will lead you, or you're setting yourself
Seems like the line is cracking, or is it from my end?
I think it's actually breaking from my end. I think it's network issues. Technical issues.
Okay, while we wait for her, Light, you want to add to what has been said as well?
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Ifyong in what she's saying, and the fact that at every point in time, I guess she's still talking, but network issues. Can you hear me, Mr. Rotimi?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so the fact that at every point in time you just need to face first of all what you can actually control, because there are in every situation there's a part that you can control and there are some parts that you cannot really control. So that takes me to priorities, which is very important. So at every point in time when you're faced with a challenging time, or when you're faced with a bad time, you have to first of all look at, okay, this is a part I can control. Remember I said initially that when thinking about your topic, I was thinking about the ASU strike and all. So so imagine I'm a student and I'm faced with ASU strike. I find myself at home. So of course I can't control the strike. I cannot change the strike. I'm not the government that is going to end the strike. I can't do that part. But what I can do is first of what I can do is to look for how I can be a better person even during the strike. What I can do to make myself better, what I can do to make myself um just like when we talked about personal development, what we talked about. So what are those skills I need that I know that okay, even after coming out of school, these are the skills I'm still going to need. These are the skills that never die. These are the skills that are going to help me to become what I want to be in life and achieve the reason why I went to school. So that is the part I can control, and that is the part I need to work on. So that is the part I need to now start taking steps and do it intentionally. So I really agree with what Ifyong said, and it's very important as individuals. Whenever we are faced with bad times, you have to just make sure that you sit down, you analyze it, you reflect, and you put the things that you can control. Take care of the things that you have authority over. Take care of the things that you have control over, so that it does not become overwhelming for you. And take it step by step. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we can
can.
hear you.
Okay, I have no idea what happened there, but it looks like I got cut off. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you, Light. I see that Light is taking it away, and I really like the part where you brought in your priorities, because that's what's gonna help you focus on the things you can change. Um, Another thing I wanted to say was learning. What's your takeaway from that difficult time? It's inevitable, where it's part of life, right? We will face difficult times, but how are you able to optimize that difficult time? How are you able to learn from it? And what are you taking away from it? Now, if let's say you're able to segment the different aspects of that difficult time, and you can take away one, two, three lessons, how are you able to take it and apply to your life for the next difficult situation? Because it will come again, but you're not going to be in the same situation. However, whatever you learn from your previous difficult time can go a long way in helping you overcome the next difficult time, and not only overcome it, but to be productive even in that difficult time. It may not be easier, but you come out learning more lessons, or you come out more victorious or productive, learning more and being able to add value even to yourself and others through that difficult time. I hope I'm still being heard, because everyone is silent. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you, and we're
okay,
gleaning from what you've said. Thank you
okay.
so much for that. So I'm going to ask this last question. We're going to have this as the last question. I know that people sometimes focus on the pain that tough times brings, that bad times also comes with. That pain sometimes can be cloud judgment, can actually affect our sight. You know, what do you think, or what would you consider is the place of having a support structure? And most times, since we said and we agreed that bad times are natural in life, so even if you're not encountering one, we must be positioned and ready for bad times. So, how do we build support structure, and how do we leverage on the support structure ahead of bad times and during bad times?
Uh, 1 minute, please.
Okay, so looking at that, looking at the fact that as much as possible, we know that no man is an island on his own, and the fact that for you to even overcome challenging situations, sometimes you may not even have the strength. You actually need people around you. So I feel that from the onset, having quality friends. I'm going to talk about that because having quality friends around you really help. And when you're choosing your friends, you have to choose friends that bring value to the table, people that bring vibes, people that can actually tell you the truth, people that can actually help you to reflect and become a better person, people that can actually people that can actually tell you the way it is and give, even when they are criticizing you, they are still trying to help you up. So it starts from the little one that you can even carry yourself. How do those people react to it? So you've not faced a big challenge, you're just facing a small one. And when you're listening to them, what do they say about it? How are they able to help you through that challenge? We now help you understand how they are going to react when a bigger challenge comes. So those are the kind of people that you have to have around you. So one support system I feel that is very important are the kind of friends that you have around you, because sometimes sincerely you don't even have the motivation, you don't have you may not even have it, because I can imagine one bad time that one person can face, especially as an entrepreneur. What about failure? What about you put all your money into a business and it does not work? So you need people around you that will be able to tell you, yes, you may have made a mistake, you may have done it wrong, but they are still there to support you. They are still there to help you out of that problem. So having quality people around you is one support system that everybody needs to work on, and that is what you do, not when you have the bad times. Is what you actually do when things are good. Is what you actually do in your interaction, interacting with people around you, having your selecting your friends will help you know the kind of friends that you should have around you. People that are going to be there for you to help you whenever things go wrong, and they're going to tell you the truth and help you out of that situation, not just criticizing you and telling you all that is wrong, but trying to help you out of that situation, trying to help you come out a better person, even when you don't have the strength within yourself to do that thing. So that is key. That is very important. Quality friends around you is a big way, is a big support system that can help you go through and make great good things out of the bad times in your life.
Okay, can I come in here? Can I just right. So I will say that when in bad times and in times of fear, worry, anxiety, whatever the situation is, our or we're in a period of stress or in a time of stress, our bodies we're not thinking, we're not necessarily in always in the right state of mind. And so because of that, our mental state, it's very important to have a strong backing, a strong community of people. It may be one person actually, it may be two people or three people that you feel you can confide in, you can talk to. Now, what does that do for you? It's not just about having somebody to talk to, but that person can literally be the one to hold you up. So it's important that we surround ourselves with relationships, people who love you for who you are, who care for you, who can be honest with you no matter what. So whether you are flawed or whether you are whatever you're going through, you have somebody who can always be honest with you in a very loving and caring way. I think that's what's going to help you and take to put the bad days behind you and let the future or let the days ahead of you seem brighter. Um, with regards to relationships, it's having someone that it's not about exposing your whole life to or to somebody or to people, but if you, no matter what you believe in, people can pray for you, hold you up, talk to you, be there physically for you. So community is important because having someone every day or anytime that you can rely on shows that okay, you have that backing, you have that support system, and they can carry you on. Yeah, so that's very important. You cannot rely on yourself mentally alone. Go through certain bad times.
All right, thank you so much. And I will really say, I said earlier that it's a special show, and having Ifyok on our live program today obviously confirms that. And I didn't know she was going to join, but we always say that it's always a great morning,
Yes, it is.
the Good Morning Education Show. And she has actually made that greatness, come to light. So if you've been going through bad times, just take this guest that we have today as an evidence that bad times don't last.
Yeah, they
Make the
don't.
most of it. So she was
They
trying to
don't.
comment secretly in the comment section, but then life brought her to the live session. So always move away from
Yeah.
commenting in bad times and get to the place of living. And this way you make bad times great for you. So
Yes.
thanks to your family and thanks to your lovely kids that make you come online today. And yes, we are
It's
their number
always
one.
great to be here. It's
We're
always
gonna
great to be
so we're
here.
gonna go on our time our pay offline at the count of two. And want to thank those who've connected with us. We'll be here tomorrow, same time, and with another interesting conversation. But until then, we're going to be saying that at the count of two. One, two, go. It's always
It's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.